Hello everybody and welcome to today's review that is going to be on two new niche perfumes from an English niche house that is called EXALTATUM London. And if you have never heard of it, then I'm very excited to inform you about it. So, EXALTATUM London was founded by Yuglia, who is an independent artisan perfumer with qualification from Grasse Institute of Perfumery in France. But I believe originally she's from Lithuania, and the source of her inspiration is literature, architecture, and people's stories. I have actually already reviewed 3 of her previous releases, so if you want to find out more about her perfumes and her house, then you should definitely check out the description box. There I will leave links to my previous reviews on EXALTATUM London perfumes, as well as the link to her official website. But in today's one, I'm here to review for you her new launches that are called St. Paul's and Mimosa Gold. I'm very excited for this review, and if you love to discover new niche and indie perfumes, then you should definitely like this video in the end if you enjoy watching it, and of course subscribe if you're new here for more interesting videos like this. And I'm here to remind you that when I am not on YouTube, I am on my social media, so go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links are gonna be down below as well, and if you want to private message me and me assist you in all fragrance related subjects, then check me out on Patreon. I'm there as well. And with that being said, if you have already checked out some of EXALTATUM London perfumes, let us know your experience with them in the commentary section. And also please let me know if you love Mimosa in the perfumery, because as you've already guessed, one of her perfumes is centered around the note of mimosa. I would like to know your thoughts on this flower, and with that being said, let's dive into this double review. So I actually want to start with Mimosa Gold, and as a lot of you might know, I really like this yellow flower that is for me the sign of spring, and that's why I wanted to create my powdery perfume around the note of mimosa, which we did with St. Pritzkelite from SP Perfumes, and our powder and dust won Art and Olfaction Award as the best artistic perfume. And back in the days, in the past, mimosa was quite popular note in the perfumery, but then it disappeared, and that's where I wanted to work with it, because it's quite a complex note. It is powder, it's very beautiful, it has different angles and sides, and I noticed that in the last couple of years Mimosa made a comeback, and I'm very excited for it. And when I saw that EXALTATUM London released a mimosa perfume, I was just like so curious about it, because the first original perfume from EXALTATUM London was about osmanthus, which is a very complex flower with leathery and apricot nuances, and this is a true hit. You should definitely watch my review on it. And I was excited for mimosa because I expected it to be very rich, interesting, and different from all the other mimosas that I've tried, and I wasn't disappointed by it, because this is definitely for the lovers of sunny, fluffy, a little bit sweet and floral mimosa. So that's exactly how it smells to me, and also it smells to me like makeup, but not like dusty makeup, rather like a little bit wet powder that is scented with a floral scent. And I really enjoyed for that quality, because you know me, I really enjoy powdery scents in the perfumery. And Mimosa Gold also smells to me like late spring, particularly of the time of my childhood when the summer holidays were just around the corner, and there wasn't much left to do in school, so we used to play with my friends outside, and on the way home I could smell that intoxicating spring air full of floral aroma and everything bloomed, and it was so sunny outside but not hot yet. So Mimosa Gold to me smells like sunny spring afternoon. It's just perfect. This is a marvelous take on Mimosa, and I like how joyful it is. I like how fluffy it smells. In my opinion, it is unisex, and as all EXALTATUM fragrances, it is pretty strong. So if you're looking for something that will remind you of yellow blooming flowers in spring or summer, you should check it out. But I wanted to tell you about the notes. So in the top we have Mirabella plum, almond flowers, magnolia, champaca, star anise, petitgrain, and lemon. In the heart there is acacia, there is mimosa, of course, ylang ylang, and heliotrope. And in the base there is sandalwood, tonka beans, orris, benzoin, patchouli, and vetiver. So mostly I smell almond flowers in there, which are sweet and powdery. I also smell a bit of exotic flowers such as ylang ylang and champaca. I think they fit into this composition perfectly. Of course, the mimosa is the main player in there, but also acacia is a bit noticeable, but rather in the background, and I think that is why it is a reminder of my childhood for me, because in Ukraine we had a lot of acacia trees there, but the base is actually very smooth and gentle. So Mimosa Gold is definitely a favorite of mine from EXALTATUM London now, and I highly recommend it to all of you because spring is just around the corner and I think it is going to be perfect for that season. But actually I am planning on doing a top list of my favorite Mimosa perfumes, and Mimosa Gold is definitely going to be in it. And with that being said, we are moving on to the second launch. This is the most current one, and it is called St. Paul's, which was inspired by spectacular era of Baroque. And I love it because it's so bold, posh, and just like, psh, you know, kind of like me today. I'm filming this video on Valentine's Day, and we are going to the restaurant after I've filmed this review. Everybody is waiting for me, and I showed these perfumes to all of my family members and they were quite wowed, especially by St. Paul's, because this is definitely super unique perfume, and the first time I smelled it and sprayed it on myself, I didn't know the notes, and the first thing I thought about was clean, scratchy, very vintage musk. So to me it's quite musky, but actually I don't know how to define it, because when I read the story and checked out the notes, I found out that this is actually a Floriental gourmand. But believe me, this is not your typical foodie sweet gourmand at all. It's so interesting, complex, intriguing, and mysterious, just like iconic St. Paul's Cathedral that it was inspired by. So you guys, in here we have bergamot, pink pepper, cardamom, and mandarin in the top. In the heart there is orange flower, there is jasmine sambac, jasmine grandiflorum, dates, and labdanum, and in the base there is tulip balsam, there is vanilla, sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, frankincense, and amber. So I would say that this is quite a retro perfume that plays interestingly on dark and light shadows. At the same time, this perfume has something very teasing to it. It's dirty and clean, so it's very polarizing to me, and I love to be wowed by a perfume. I love artistic approach in the perfumery. That's why I really love what Yaglia does for her house. She creates very complex compositions that I think should be checked out by all of you who see perfumery as art. And St. Paul's is worth your attention for sure. I can't promise you will love it because in my opinion it will be something different to everybody, but that's the mystery of this scent. This is something very avant-garde, but at the same time it smells quite familiar. So I I'm a big fan of St. Paul's. I'm hooked on it. Every time I wear it, I'm like, oh my god, what smells so good? You know, it has this beautiful sillage. It creates this aura around you. It's not annoying, but yet it is noticeable. This perfume is kind of perfection, but it's not mass appealing. It's not perfume that is very easy to understand. I think depending on the weather, on your mood, on different details, it will smell differently every day. So this is something that is quite a wow to me. And I also want to let you know that she has a ruby wood perfume that is kind of like patchouli scent. My favorite green perfume is also from this house. It's called Pergola, and Osmanthus novel that I've mentioned before is in the range too. That's why I highly recommend you to visit her official website to learn more about the perfumes, about the concept of the brand, and order samples, blind buy these, because these are mind-blowing scents and I like perfumes being like that. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new. Please make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell to get notifications when I post new videos, and let me know your feedback. What do you think about EXALTATUM London, Mimosa Gold, and the St. Paul's? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much, and make sure to stay tuned, smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.